Hi everyone. Today I just want to go through some options for lining your bread tins. I did do a video on my old channel, on my soap making channel, how to fold a bread pan liner with non-stick baking paper. I also did a version of that for the soap makers because I do use this method to line some of my soap molds. And I thought it might be good to share that here again because the quality of my first video was pretty terrible. And also, while I'm here too, I want to show you my recipe and how I use this pan release mixture. I did share the recipe for this on my pizza video on my other channel, but again, I want to bring this to attention on this channel because it's a great little recipe to make a super duper non-stick grease for your pans. It's made of coconut oil, rice flour and some lecithin. It's really easy to make up and it's really good, nice low waste method for greasing your pans, and it is really super duper non-stick qualities. So I'll show you that too. So I'll start off with the baking paper liner demo. The other reason why I want to share this is that there are some people in the whole food plant-based community who don't want to use any oils whatsoever in their bread baking. So this is really for them. It's not my choice. I am quite happy to use a little bit of fat or my non-stick pan release stuff in my bread tins because I'd rather do that than have a throwaway product, but that's just my choice. I think it's nice for people to have options, and I'm just going through what I know you can do and demonstrating this method because some of you really like this to see this. So basically what you do is you need a piece of baking paper that is wide enough to cover, or long enough to cover the length of the base of your tin, plus enough to go up the sides. So that'll be enough. And then get your piece, and you basically want to center it as best as you can with your bread tin and fold the ends in to line up with the ends of the bottom of your pan. So not the top, because the top is a bit further out than the bottom on this pan. So line it up with the bottom. Fold those down. And you take that piece and push that into the pan. Center it as best as you can. And with your fingernails, just really give a good crease on the inside there, and then take that out. So you've got your shape of the bottom of your pan. Fold those down nice and firmly. Now this is the tricky bit. It's not really tricky. It's easy once you get the hang of it. To make the nice, neat, folded end pieces, what we're going to do is, so if you can imagine, this is the middle, the bottom of the pan, and these are going to be your end pieces. So we're going to fold them up. So put your finger or your thumb in one corner, grab this side piece here on that corner, and fold that from the side up to meet the middle there. So see how you're getting that arrow shape? I'll show you that again. So finger there, grab that side, bring it up to the middle, and then push that down. A little bit of excess there, you can just fold that back. Then do the other side. Put your finger there, grab this side piece here, bring it up, push it up, and fold that down to the middle. So then you end up with this very neatly folded end piece for your tin. So you can imagine there's no lumps or bumps in that. It's very neat. This is going to be way too pedantic for some of you, but you're probably only watching this if this kind of thing appeals to you. So we'll do the other end. Finger in the corner, grab the other edge, I guess, pull that up to make that arrow shape, push that down. I'm just folding that. If you really want to, you could trim that little overlapping bit off with scissors. Finger in the corner, grab the side, push it up till you get the arrow, and then push that down. All right, so now that we've got our shape folded, Doesn't matter if it comes undone because it really easily folds back up again. There you go. Get your tin, put that in, and just kind of push it out a little bit. Because this bread tin is, it fans out a little bit, it's wider at the top than it is at the bottom. It's not perfectly square, so push that out. And then just go around roughly to each corner and just rip it a little bit. Rip that down. You can use scissors if you want to be super neat. Rip that down, and then in one tricky move, just kind of tear down those corners so it's folded over. And there you go. You've got a really nice liner. I do like to cut off these messy end bits. I'm a little bit of a neat person. You probably can tell that about me already. But this is really good. And for those of you who know my soap videos, you will have seen this before, as I said. So there you go. That's the one-piece non-stick baking paper liner. You can see that's going to give you a nice, neat finish if that's what you're after on your breads or cakes or whatever you're making. Just remember though, this does have to be non-stick baking paper. You can't use grease-proof paper or wax paper. They need a bit of oil on them if you're going to use them. This is non-stick baking paper, also called parchment paper in some places. So make sure you get that non-stick version. And the other thing I wanted to show you is my pan release mixture. So this is the mixture. I store it in the fridge. It's very firm. This is made with 1 cup of coconut oil. It's winter here now, so my coconut oil is solid, but if yours is solid like this, just melt it down because you need it in a liquid form. 1 cup of coconut oil, half a cup of rice flour. I just use brown rice flour that I've milled. I use this for other recipes as well, so I pre-mill it and store it in my fridge. But rice flour is amazing. Nothing sticks with rice flour. And the other magic ingredient is lecithin. So lecithin is an emulsifier and it's a smoothing ingredient. It's basically a fatty substance that is found naturally in lots of foods. This is obviously, it's not a whole food ingredient, but you know, neither is coconut oil. So we're just going to use a little bit of this. You'll see that you really don't need much of it at all, and this is just one ingredient in this pan release mixture, and it has excellent non-stick qualities. So this cooking spray that a lot of people use, or a lot of people don't like it, one of the reasons why people don't like it is because if you read the label, it says emulsifier 322 from soy. Now that emulsifier, that's just lecithin. In the States, I think sunflower lecithin is more easily obtainable and liquid lecithin is more easily obtainable. I can't seem to find liquid lecithin here in Australia. If you're using liquid lecithin, which you could probably buy from the health food shop, probably just use about 1/4 cup. But I'll do a blog post with this recipe so you'll see that. Yeah, so these cooking sprays, all they are is oil with lecithin added. That's all it is. So I'm really just made my own version of that with a coconut oil base, which makes it easy to apply. It stays nice and solid in the fridge. It keeps forever. And the rice flour is a really nice addition too. Nothing really sticks with rice flour. This is great to line your bannetons with if you are doing free-form loaves. It's got no gluten in it. It's got excellent non-stick qualities, so your dough won't stick to it. To use this, it's very easy. Just get a little bit on a spoon, put some into your pan, and it's really just like, you can use your fingers, or sometimes I use a little tissue, but I'm just going to use my fingers today just to show you how it goes on. It's basically you just smear it on, try and distribute it around a bit. The reason why I'm showing you on the glass is just to show you how little you actually need. I probably could have used even less. Yeah, I didn't really need all of that. I would normally use a fair bit less than that. But you don't need much of this at all. I particularly like using this for glass pans because the material that your bread pans are made from also impacts how much your bread is going to stick inside them. And glass pans, which not everybody uses, I quite like them though sometimes, they are notorious for sticking. That can be harder to get bread dough and cakes and things out of glass pans compared to metal pans. So all you need is a really thin coating, and there you have, nothing is going to stick to that. Your loaf will fly right out of there. And that's really about all. I just want to show you those two little options and the little folding method if that's the way you want to go. But probably most people, you know, they've got their own methods. Just use whatever you use. But if you're struggling to find something and you don't want to use butter or lard or other types of shortening that you've seen people use, these might be some options that work out for you. Thanks everyone. That's all there is. Just check in the description box for the link. I'll do a blog post with the recipe for the pan release, and I hope you enjoy that and find that useful. Thanks. See you in the next video.